Good morning. It is 8:20 a.m. on Sunday, January 10th, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Technically, I'm kind of laughing to myself because I was scanning Twitter a little bit before sitting down to record and I was reminded of the hot dog guy sketch, um, which I then rewatched just because it's funny and it just seems like it's become a meme, obviously. If you don't know what I'm talking about the meme where the guy in a hot dog costume is saying, "We're all trying to find out the guy who did this." But if you weren't aware, that's a sketch from an episode of a series called "I Think You Should Leave" on Netflix, and the whole skit is fun. It's worth watching, and so I was just kind of like laughing about it right now. But obviously, that meme is extra handy and timely right now, just because we're talking about lots of people who, are suddenly like standing among us, going, "Gosh, yeah, what a terrible thing that happened there at the Capitol." If only we could figure out who did it. And we're like, weren't you like defending everything Trump said a week ago? Anyway, I had a fun session of Dungeons and Dragons last night. The Rime of the Frost Maiden adventure is really good. I like it a lot. I not only is the stuff that's just exactly as written frequently pretty inventive and interesting, but I've also found that it's pretty easy to tweak things a little bit to make it fit even better with what the party's doing. It's got this modular design, which makes it easy to take individual parts and move them around. So you can say, okay, well, this section was originally designed to be for characters of a lower level, but because the party didn't go there right away and they're at a higher level now, I can take this random encounter piece and put it with the rest of the encounter. And now that it still feels like it all, has a cohesion, but it's just easy to adjust as needed. It's a good adventure, I think. And everyone seems to be having fun, so I'm having fun, and it's a good campaign. I am also very close, I think, to finishing the Blood and Wine expansion for Witcher 3, which will make me done with Witcher 3. It's a little I finally, I think, broke my completionist streak where I'm still doing most everything, but I decided, well, first of all, I ran into a couple of quests which were bugged, where meaning what was happening was in order to complete the quest, I need to find a thing, but then I go in there and I find it, but it doesn't advance the quest. So it says I'm still looking for it, and I'm like, but I'm holding it, and the game can't figure it out, so I can't ever complete those quests, which is a little frustrating, right? But at the same time, like that finally was like, okay, well, if I just can't complete them, maybe I don't have to complete everything. And so that's where I decided to go ahead and say, you know what? I don't care about Gwent. Gwent is this card game that's I was going to say it's a fictional card game, except technically you could theoretically actually play it with real cards, which makes it a real card game. But it is an invented card game for the Witcher universe that you can play in the game, and there are some quest lines associated with it. But I don't really care about it very much. So I've decided to not play those quest lines and not worry about it. And I wish I could say that it was freeing, but it's really not, because I still, like, every time I look at my quest log and it's still there, and I still feel like, but, yeah. So it just goes to show sometimes that our brains don't always work the way we want them to work. You know, there's different individual parts of our brains that are all trying to do their own thing at their own time, inside out style. You know what I mean? Like, just because, say Joy has control of the console at the moment doesn't mean that anger stops feeling angry, or disgust stops feeling disgust, etc. And so just because, the there's a part of me that has decided I'm not going to worry about Gwent quests anymore, that doesn't mean that the part of me that says, but there's an item on the list that you haven't checked off. That's unacceptable. But it'll be okay, I think. Anyway, I'll leave it there, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.